Hello guys, we're back again, and today I have a video for you that I'm not really going to teach you any kind of actual development or anything like that. Today I actually wanted just to talk about some things that are happening on email and some scams and things like that that I kind of want you to be aware of, okay? So the reason why I want to do this video is because I see happening a lot, and you know, and I know that other people have covered some of the stuff, but wanted to be a little bit more concise because being that I am in the field that you guys are in, mostly this is my audience, this is who watches my video, people who do what I do. So these are the kind of things, the technology people. These are the kind of emails that you will eventually get a lot of, and I just want you to be mindful of what's out there and be careful. Okay, so let's dive right in. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk to you about is about this imposter emails. Okay, so these imposter emails are basically there's somebody who is trying to be somebody else, and they're trying to do this because they want to give you some recognizable email, something that you will look and recognize and identify quickly and be like, okay, yes, I totally understand, I totally know these people, so I'm going to get them my information, I'm going to figure it out, I'm going to get to the bottom of this, and I'm going to solve this issue, whatever it is that is happening to me. Okay, so this happened with Barclays, this happens with PayPal, this happens with Netflix, this happens with a lot of companies out there that people can identify and quickly. Okay, and they basically, like this one here, is saying that your account banking has been disabled due to the recent activities on your account. We place a temporary suspension until you verify your account. So think about what they're trying to tell you here. They're trying to get you to click on here, on this button, which actually this entire thing, if you notice how my everywhere that I click, it shows this hyperlink, is because this entire body is an image. Okay, this is not real text. You can't see, like, you see this, how this border just covered, that entire thing is an image. Okay, so there is no button in there, there's nothing, there's no text in there, the entire thing is an image. That is pretty spooky stuff that you should care, that you should worry about. They do this so it's way less chances of being tracked when there is no trackable text or trackable links in the button or anything like that, but instead they just have an email and then they have that untraceable link behind it. Okay, so I'm gonna just click off of that right here somewhere. All right, cool. So how do you know that you're being asked by a company? Because I know that there are people out there that say, no, a company would never ask you to log into their account. Well, not necessarily true. Okay, sometimes you're trying to troubleshoot some information with your site, with a company, and the company says, that they're going to send you an email that you need to click on, and then when you click on that link, it sends you back to them for you to reset your password or something like that, and then in order to get access again to it. So yes, that does happen, but it happens in that fashion. You have to go to them first and initiate a problem with them for them to send you that email, for you to react to it, click on it, to go back to them to reset your password. Okay, you initiate that process, that transaction there. It doesn't happen out of the blues. PayPal out of the blues, or Barclays, or whoever out of the blues, will not send you an email saying, guess what, we shut you down, email, we shut you down, log in and open it back up. Okay, not gonna happen. So what happens? Let's say you are afraid that it did happen to you, that they did shut it down, and you want to figure out what's going on. Okay, instead of reacting to the email itself, go to their website. In this case, go to barclays.com and actually do try to log in and see if you can. If you can't, then obviously it was right. It was, like the email was legit, and they were trying to tell you that you have some issues going on. So then you address it there. But if you can log in and everything is fine, then obviously this was a lie. But before you even get there, here are some tail signs. Okay, so the first thing is you look at who's sending you this information. Who is emailing you to begin with? Where is it coming from? Well, so it says here that this is coming from Kikuskulgul at allharmco.com. Okay, so that is first of all, I doubt that Barclay card is using allharmco.com or whatever that is. Okay, so in fact, let's just look at it. So let's just go to the site and let's look at Barclays.com. Barclays card us. Okay, you notice that it was already actually just like highlighted in my window. It's because I actually do have an account with these people. So if you can see, they're not allharmco.com, they're barclaycardus.com. So that tells you right there that something is going on here. Okay, so let's look a little further and let's see here their contact screen, and let's look for an actual email address. See phone numbers, more phone numbers, and some links here, and a physical address. Okay, so no emails. So technically they don't use email for anything like that. They just, if you have issues, you gotta call in. Okay. so yeah, so that tells you right there that they are full of shit. Okay, and that these people are probably just trying to get access to your account so you can log in somewhere that looks like Barclays, and then get it, you know, then you end up basically giving your password, your username and password. Then they can use that username and password and go to the real Barclays, and log in with your username and password, and then do a transaction from there and steal all of your money that is in there. So careful with that. Now, don't get fooled by seeing the Barclay logo on the screen, for example, or the email body that looks exactly like a real email that comes from Barclays.com, because that's very easy to replicate. Okay, and you can go to Google Image and get this logo. Okay, and then you can look at an actual email from them and replicate it with just simple HTML and CSS. So just be very, very careful on all this stuff. You know, this imposter emails happen all the time. Careful with those. All right, moving along. So the next one is actually a funny one. So this is a ransom email scam. Okay, so what's happening here is basically they're saying that they saw me pleasing myself in front of the camera, in front of my webcam, while I was visiting some weird site, and that they want me to send them $700 to the Bitcoin address, or they will use that video and send it to everyone and expose me or whatever, you know. So obviously, I mean, not obviously, I mean, people do whatever they do, okay, but to me it's obviously a scam and it's not true. Okay, and I know this personally because, well, you know, I don't really visit the sites, to be honest. I don't. And even if I did, I'm in an office environment. I wouldn't be kind of doing that in front of a webcam. That's just kind of weird. Okay, I wouldn't do that. So so I know personally that this is a problem. But however, let's just say that you think that actually you have been doing things. Okay, let's be adults. Stop giggling. Let's say you have been doing things and you're afraid that you might get exposed, and you might get, you know, that this email might just go out to your boss or whoever, you know, and whatever, and you know, you're afraid of it. Okay, before you start handing money away, okay, grab a piece of the email by highlighting or copy and pasting some of the piece of the body of the site on the internet, and find out what's happened out there with these emails, if they're true or whatever. So I did that just because I wanted to do some research on it, and I realized obviously that a lot of people have gotten this email, nothing has ever happened to them, and it's all a lie. There's copies of this email with different wording, different languages, and it happens to a lot of people. Okay, and none of them are being scammed. Nobody's ever been, you know, it's there's actually been people that paid. Okay, but yeah, nobody's out there watching anything. They just kind of want to scare you into paying them money. Okay, so just ignore it. Nothing's gonna happen. Okay, but to prevent things like this from actually happening in real life, like for real, just be careful with what you do. All right, enough said. All right, so the next one. So the next one is a very common one. I'm not gonna read all this, but this is like, everybody knows what this is. This is kind of like the oldest one in the internet by now. Is I think they call it the Nigerian Scam or something like that, with somebody said trying to give you like millions of dollars, because somebody died, some prince and whatever. So it has moved on from Nigeria princes. It's moved on now to other countries and European nation and even in the United States, and just regular people that whatever, business owners that died, and I don't know, whatever. So they just making it. They actually even have like real Yahoo.com addresses now. They don't have like they used to have weird dark net email accounts and things like that. Now they actually have like regular Yahoo accounts, which is kind of crazy. But obviously, this is a scam. This is the oldest scam in the world. The reason why I'm including it here is not because I don't think you know it. I think you know it. It's just because it's funny that this is still happening, because it's been exposed already so many times that this is a lie. Why is it still even like happening still? Why, whatever. Okay, and the last one is this is a little weird, okay? Because this looks like it's a regular person just trying to get some business out of you, okay? And then you're probably thinking, oh, come on, why would you do this? Why would you, expose these people when they're just trying to hustle and trying to make $1? They're just trying to get a client, they're trying to get work or whatever. Well, not quite. Let's look at this. So first of all, here they're claiming that that this website, which is actually one of my clients. Now, how did they get my email? It's because these clients, like I do many of my clients, I offer technical support for them, and I have my email included in their website, where a user can click on it if they have a technical problem, can click on it, and it goes directly to me, and they can tell me what's going on with the site, and then I can fix it right there before my client even knows about it. So this is how I get emails like this sometimes. And they don't know that they're talking to me. They're thinking that they are reaching the owner of the site. They don't know they're reaching out to me. So they're basically saying, hey, look, your site is outdated, your site is not responsive, your site has issues and all this stuff. Click here to get a hold of me or call me or whatever. Let's get this going. All of that, okay? Okay, so when I first got this email, many of the times that I've gotten emails like this, but the first time I got an email like this, I thought to myself, wow, this guy is really desperate. Like he's really out there trying to lie to people and telling them that they need all of these issues solved in their site. He must really want some business, so I feel sad for them, because I've been there. When I first started, I did that. But not this way, but I did it. I did browse around the internet, random websites that I thought needed help, and they legitimately did need help, and I emailed them, and I sent them an email and said, hey, you know what, your site could use an update. I will be willing to do it for you. But guess what the difference is? That their sites did need an update. Their sites did, I was actually going to give them a service and get paid for them. So I was selling a service to a site that actually needed my services. I wasn't trying to lie and get their money and run away. That's one. Second, I wasn't trying to tell a person whose website was perfect that they needed help when they didn't need the help. Okay, so things like that. So these people are not being that truthful, because the website in question, and I will show you the website, doesn't need any help. So let's go to their website, my client's website. So where's your, oh, there you go. There you go, right there. You tell me if this website looks outdated. Okay, does it look outdated? I don't think so. Doesn't. So just clicking on some random stuff here. There you go. So yeah, so this website is definitely not outdated at all, and it is responsive. This is the desktop view. This is about what the laptop view will be, and here's the, where is it? Come in. Okay, here's the iPad view, and here's the phone view. So it's obviously responsive. It's obviously working correctly. Nothing is wrong with it. Okay, so I knew for a fact that they're lying about that. But let's look at other things here. So James Parker from Brandenic, USA, and this is the website. So let's look at them. Let's look at Brandenic. Brandenic. There you go, brandanic.com. If there is anything in there at all. Okay, so there is something in there. All right, so this is Brandanic. Okay, so it's a pretty cool website, I guess. Has a lot of moving parts. I'm not a big fan of having a lot of movement on the sites. I think when you have a lot of movement on a UI, it catches your eye, right? It engages your eyes to look at it, and it's just when it happens a lot, you just constantly engaging your ocular attention to it. So you gotta be very careful with this. But anyway, so yeah, so they look like they are a legit company. You can never just click on the site and look at the front page, okay? Because sometimes you could just end up in a fake HTML place where they only have fake HTML account, and they only have like one front page, the index HTML, and every link on the top that looks like more pages to the side. Basically, there's nothing in it. So just be careful with that. But this one, you can tell, what you do is basically you just go to the site and then you click on different links in there to see if you can navigate through their site. And yeah, basically these people are legit. So they are a real company. What they're not doing is legit, is they're not actually being truthful about what they're actually finding out there. Okay, so, and that's the part that is a little bit weird, and that's the part that is, so just kind of be careful. Okay, in this case it happens to be, James Parker actually happens to be, or digital marketing, whatever these people are, Brandanic or whatever, they actually are a real account, and there's no scamming situation here. They're just lying about things in order to get money. So just ignore these kind of emails, but also be mindful, because in this case, Brandanic is actually a real place, but it didn't have to be. What if it wasn't? What if it was somebody who just wanted you to click on this, to get your information? So again, when you see anything that looks deceptive, anything that doesn't look right, just stop and do your research before you click on anything on the email. I know that's common sense, but yet it's still happening. Okay, but the reason why I wanted to bring these up to you is because this is not what happens to most people. This is what happens to people in the technology field like you and me. So these are more technology related type of scams. All right, guys, so that's all I have for you. Please subscribe to my channel and check that little bell in there as well, so you can get updates whenever I put them out. I promise I don't bother too much, but you do want to know when something comes out. Okay, all right, guys, so I'll see you in the next one.